As you can tell by the title of this video, we'll be reacting to a video about the dumb drama that is what's going on with Subnautica 2 right now on Twitter. Twitter, obviously, water is wet. We know they're going to have drama. But yeah, let's react to this video on Subnautica 2. Enjoy.
Hi, it's me, your boyfriend, slash girlfriend, slash day friend's favorite content creator. And I haven't said that in a while. But real quick, I don't believe gamers online nowadays when they say stuff like, just let the developer make what they want. They don't want any input, right? Typically, it's more from like the anti-woke culture warriors type folks, right? Who will consistently talk about how developer intent is important and stop trying to force your agenda in their games. All that good shit apparently goes out the window when it's about a game that they actually do want to play and want to impose their vision on it.
No facts, because there's like a couple, like this is the game that we're talking about right now, but there's like a couple games. So many people have like a vision of what their characters to look like or what they want the game to play. But when it's a game they want, they're allowed to set the voice their want for things to change, how they want the game to look. And then they even go ahead and make AI bullshit, most of it even sometimes being racist or just hateful, about the game and the people that are actually liking the game.
Case in point. For some reason, Subnautica has now become the focal point of another pointless culture war. And I if you aren't familiar with the game, Subnautica and Subnautica 2 are big, scary games, at least to me, because I have thalassophobia. So they're big, scary games where you are in a planet or a moon or whatever celestial body in which you are completely underwater. Like the whole game is to survive in a hostile, albeit beautiful world full of aquatic creatures, and you have to build bases. And in the first game, you have to like get off the island. There's a whole thing. Again, I couldn't play it all the way through because it scared me. I'm not joking when I say I have thalassophobia.
I'm about to ask, what's thalassophobia? You're likely referring to a blend of megalophobia, the fear of large objects, and thalassophobia, the intense fear of large bodies of water. When combined with water, this specific fear is frequently referred to as megalohydrothalassophobia. I'm sorry, I can't read words sometimes. The fear of massive underwater creatures or objects. Megalophobia, the fear of abnormally large objects such as massive statues, giant ships, or large statues on land. Thalassophobia is a specific phobia characterized by an intense, irrational fear of deep, vast bodies of water, like oceans or large lakes. Megalohydrothalassophobia, the intersection of both. This is extreme anxiety or panic triggered by seeing massive, unnatural, or natural objects inside the water. Triggers often include large submerged icebergs, the dark silhouettes of massive whales, sunken ships, or dark underwater abysses. Wow. And he's engaged with what's going on with Subnautica too.
I also have another thing called megalophobia, which actually, for real, creates a third thing called megalothalassophobia. It is a long word to just show you how big it is.
And that's another thing. Like, if this is his fear, imagine if he went into this game saying, oh, I need you to change this game to be less scary for me because I'm the one that's going to be playing this. That's kind of like how a lot of these anti-woke people's ideals align. They want to fight you and like make you out to be like an annoying pest whenever you voice how you would like the game to be or would want in the game. But then when they do it, all of a sudden it's based. All of a sudden that's what should be happening. They want you to listen to them but ignore everyone else. They have their idea of what a game is, and if you don't follow that, if every game doesn't follow their vision of a game, what they want from a game, then it's just not a game. It's just woke propaganda or some shit. It's just a bad game to them. Even though, if I don't like a game or I don't like a genre that a game is, I don't go into that. I don't go to those developers and say, hey, why are you making this? I don't like this. You're catering to these people who like this. Newsflash, though, for those of you who are probably been tainted or been affected by like people who continuously say bullshit. the modern audience does exist. It's small, but it does exist. Everyone has their liking for a project. I might not like Square Enix's, what's it called, Final Fantasy Tactics, but I like Final Fantasy. Currently, I'm right now playing Final Fantasy X on my Switch, and I'm really liking the game. The water, the graphics, the story. Like, I just got past a scene where, like, a whole, like, water area is just, like, completely devastated, and then I think Yuna's her name, has to, like, send their spirits off so that they don't become fiends. And I'm liking that game. I wouldn't go to that person and saying, hey, you need to make it so that I can do this in your game. If you don't do it, your game is woke. Your game is bad. Everyone's going to boycott your game. Yada, yada, yada. No, I'm not going to go to do it. And then there's, like, this thing. He's probably going to bring up in this video. They went out and said, hey, if you want to kill things, you can play this game. This isn't the only game. You don't have to push. They want to say something along that line. You don't have to, like, kill things in this game. There are other games you can play that aren't just this one, where you can that aren't this one that you can actually kill things in. And I brought this up, like, on a Twitter post. Like, if I want to kill things, I'm playing GTA. If I want to, and I'm okay with, like, hurting people and harming people in GTA, that I'm not gonna go to, like, a game like, say, Hello Kitty Island Adventure, and like say, hey, you need to make it so I can harm all these residents, harm my friends, and all this stuff. I'm not gonna do that because the game is that game. They didn't make it to be like this other game. They made it to be like the game they're trying to make. Let's start the video again.
Essentially, I have a fear of deep waters and really, really, really big things.
Yo, that one Netflix movie mentioned. I like this movie. It was pretty fun, and I like how this character was even designed. The monster was even designed here. I cannot tell you, but yeah, if I saw this staring at me in the bottom of the ocean, I would have died.
Again, it's not a joke.
If I saw that staring at me in the bottom of the ocean, I'm right along with this guy. I would have stopped dead in my tracks, like, oh hell no, what the fuck?
I start to sweat, and my brain starts to itch, and I don't.
And we haven't even really explored a lot of the ocean, mind you. So there could be something like that. I don't mean to scare y'all, but I'm gonna probably. This is definitely gonna scare y'all. There could be something like that actually undersea in water, and you just don't know.
Like it. So I played Subnautica, and I did what I could. Okay, but sad tangent over. It is ostensibly a
round of applause. He went through something that he was afraid of in order to play a game. And I applaud him for that.
survival game about an ecosystem, an environment. You are simply a visitor. You are not some doomslayer out to slay the entire population, which apparently is pissing off a lot of people. Well, I shouldn't say a lot, but pissing off the usual suspects. Because what do you mean it's now woke Nautica because you can't kill the aquatic life? That was never the point of Subnautica, like, at all. And so then the developers were like, hey, that has never been our intent. We don't want you going around murdering creatures. And I've heard, yes.
They don't even want you doing that in their game. Like, they made the game in the way that they made it for a reason. Let them have that. Let them their game be their game. Like, that's what y'all are always saying about these other games, right? Like what he said earlier. Stop pushing your agenda or your what you want onto the game. Let their game be what they want it to be.
In the first game, there was a way to kill Leviathan via like stabbing the shit out of it, but I also heard it was very tedious, and that would tell me that's probably not the ideal way that they wanted you to interact with the game. But I digress. What happened to letting developers make the game they wanted to play? What happened to making developers make the game they want to make? Why is it all of a sudden because there's not an extreme focus on violence against the aquatic creatures? It's a problem. I don't get it. Why are we?
Oh, I just realized something. This is like the other side of the coin to like the whole how Halo has shooting in it. How like there are so much violent games and people and there are parents who like didn't want their game to be violent, and there are gamers who like spoke out and called those people idiots and all that shit. and like maybe don't let your kids play the game. And this shows the opposite to that. You want to be more violent in this game, but the people that made them don't. And now that you're speaking out because you want more violence, you feel like you're in the right, but you're not.
Why are we so mad about this? It's like a cozy game, again, for those of us who do not have thalassophobia or megalophobia or megalothalassophobia. But it's like a cozy, like crafting survival build game. Like the developer said, if you want like violence and shit, go play Sons of the Forest, which somehow, again, upsets people. You understand that there are games that exist out there that aren't made for you. Like I feel like I have to keep making this point. Not every game is made with you, yes, you, the viewer, in mind. Subnautica 2 was made, most likely, for the people who enjoyed Subnautica 1. That game was not you going out there fucking, again, like Doomslayer. You weren't John Subnautica out there murking everybody, okay? You were getting murked, but you were also exploring an exotic world. I don't know if this is like some subdivision of gun and ball gamers, but oh my God, holy shit. You guys are becoming insufferable. It's always something. It's Mixtape was an industry plant, which doesn't make any sense because you cannot be an industry plant game because you cannot force people to buy your game. But it's an industry plant, or it's
I was fucking muted. I think industry plant really just means something that was given all the chances to succeed over a different game, which then again, Mixtape wasn't really. If anything, it was given the same opportunities to succeed. People got gifts from Mixtape. People get gifts from countless other games. People advertised Mixtape because they liked it. A ton of other games were advertised because they liked it. Would you say Silksong was an industry plant? Because that game actually got put on display and featured in more things at Microsoft, especially on that, like, what's it called? ROG Ally thing? Would you say that's an industry plant? No. Even though it was given more of an opportunity. And again, I'll say it, like, Mixtape wasn't or isn't that bad of a thing for what it's trying to be. Is it cringe? Yes, but at the same time, look at back of everything you've done when you were a teen, or at least you've done in your life. Do you when you're younger, do you not cringe at that stuff? It's like, oh my gosh, did I really do this shit? You had to. If you didn't, then that just either you had no awareness of your own or no assurance of your own, like you just did whatever you felt safe and you're kind of like a recluse person, or you're just being, what's the word, self-centered, self-righteous prickers, I guess, because you think you can do no wrong. Let's go back to the video.
Yeah, Crimson Desert. That game's awesome because you get to punch women and it's destroying the left, and the Western game developers are sad about it. Or it's, oh my God, Fable 4 is going to be woke because the girl's ugly. Or it's Ghost of Yote. Or it's Intergalactic. It's always something. Hell, there's people getting upset right now because
it's always something until the game is successful. Then when the game's successful, but also has been called woke, they switch over and call it, nope, actually it's anti-woke. It's going against the left, it's going against the right. Just play the frickin' game. Not everything's about trying to own someone else. Play the damn game, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I'm not going to play Crimson Desert for multiple reasons. One, I don't think it looks nice. Two, I'm really just getting tired of like open world shit. And three, I heard that it's more than 100 hours, and I'm like, because obviously they made it for being an MMORPG, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm not trying to play not MMO, like actually yeah, MMO / live service kind of thing they were focusing on. They made it to be like that, and I was like, oh yeah, because I'm not trying to spend all that time in that kind of game. I'm already getting tired of like lives open world games, so I'm not playing it. But you don't see me going on the internet saying, oh, Crimson Desert is an industry plant, oh, Crimson Desert is propaganda, oh, Crimson Desert is this and that, don't play it, don't do this, don't listen to these people, blah blah blah. You don't see me going online and doing all that for a game that I don't want to play or don't even care to play. Let people enjoy what they want to play and voice their, and and voice their own opinion on it. Voice what they think they should do to have it be better. As a matter of fact, it's not even like mixtape was sold for $69.99. If it was, then one, that's just fucking stupid. Two, that would sort of been fucking stupid. And two, yeah, give it so much hate. People need to stop pricing their games at like $69.99, $79.99, $59.99, etc. I don't know, but yeah.
The company behind Kingdom Deliverance and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Warhorse Studios, is working on a Lord of the Rings open world game because they think they might make Frodo gay. Like, it's so
Didn't y'all love that game so much? What happened?
strange to me how you're just constantly afraid. You are constantly
No, this is what I'm talking about. This is the
like,
freaking
it's
shit
so
I'm talking
strange
about.
to me.
A black person, or I hope you don't find a way to put Muslims and gays into the Middle Earth. Let a fucking black person go into a fictional world. Let a fucking Muslim or gay person go into a fictional world. Even though there are countless successful gay projects with gay people and black people. Heck, even those ones that are successful, there's people like this who still go out of their way to go over and hate and go over to hate and just spread bullshit about it. Black people can't even exist in communities without someone saying some bullshit, being racist about it. People can't even just draw fan art. Like, the whole Miku, every version of Miku is canon thing. Someone decided, oh really? So they decided to, not because they wanted to, but in retaliation. It's always in retaliation. Someone decided to go in retaliation and make a racist caricature art of Black Miku. Someone decided to go into and make a hateful, transphobic version of Hatsune Miku. Just because they want to own this group that they don't like. It's always like about hate with some people.
How you're just constantly afraid. You are constantly afraid, and you are afraid of being uncomfortable. Why doesn't my Subnautica game allow me to kill people or kill creatures? It's bad. We should be able to do that. No, you shouldn't be, actually, because that's not what the developers wanted. And it's gotten to such a point where now, to be fair, it's just a mod, but still, there's a mod going around which you can just kill all the creatures, which I feel like would kind of defeat the purpose of the game, right? Like, if there's no wildlife, then what's the point? Especially if you kill the big ones, like the Leviathans or whatever this new game will have. Full disclosure, haven't played it because, once again, terrified. Me scared of open water, even in video game. It's a real fear. And also not because I can't swim. I know I did it. Not because I can't swim. I see it. Not because I can't swim. But we have these people who are just incapable.
Yeah, I already know the races are going to come at him.
Of engaging with a video game on any level, even on its most basic premise. They absolutely refuse because they need to express violence. If you are that hard up to play a game in which you are allowed to kill aquatic creatures, I have a game for you. It's a game called How to Fish, where you can snipe creatures, you can shoot them, you can do whatever you like. You're seeing.
Wait, you know that one game? I think it was called Raft? Could you kill the shark in that? Or were you just supposed to escape? Because I know for a long time in that game you weren't actually. I know that most of the game you're not actually able to kill the shark or the environment or face the environment. This is like a survival thing, right? Tell me about that in the comments.
Right now, it's really violent. It's not out yet. It's going to be out sometime, hopefully 2026. But there you go. There's the game that you can play, made for you. I'm sure there are other games in which you can viciously murder aquatic creatures, but Subnautica 2 is not one of them. The idea that now, again, they're calling it woke Nautica. They're upset. Losers like Grums are upset because these developers are weaving in their, idea. Of course they are. Of course they are. Let's just read.
All I'm going to say, ignore blue check marks who spout dumb shit like Grums. And if a game's woke, it's woke, okay? There are tons of successful woke games. Literally like 90, I'd say like 80, 70 something % of older games, even those that do come from whether it's the West or East, those games are woke. You know that, right? Final Fantasy VII, for instance, bioterrorism, eco-terrorists, literally environmentalists, all that shit. And that's just one example. There are so many games that could be classified under woke. Unattractive characters? You're really asking that question? The amount of games that literally have unattractive characters, or characters that don't have baseline attractiveness that you have to make fan art to make them look attractive? Literally, people just... I'm not even gonna... I can't... I don't even have to say it. Like, just think of, like, Silksong and Hornet for some reason. People find out she was a woman. That was that. That was that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Just be with this ridiculous mindset. Subnautica 2 is a pacifist ideology woven into a game. Players have noticed you cannot defend yourself against attacking fish, not even in self-defense.
Okay, so if this is a pacifist ideology woven into a game, can't I say this is... Can I also say for... Wouldn't I also be allowed to say for Doom? Wouldn't I also be able to flip this and for Doom say this is a violent motherfucker's ideology woven into a game, and like do all of this but in like opposite, and make them and point them out to be the bad guy? Like, everyone that likes this game is violent and needs to be removed from society or anything like that, right?
Only passive memes are available. This was by design. Yeah, no shit. Okay. You can't kill anything because the dev feels it would support gun violence and aspects of colonialism. Subnautica is one vote towards a world with less guns. A reminder that there is another way forward. We want people to feel like they're learning to adapt to the world rather than being a conqueror or dominator. We aren't killing a game. Go play Sons of the Forest or something if you want to kill. The anti-violence stance got stronger from Subnautica 1 to 2, which now has complete no-kill policy, even when the fish can still kill you. This is... Hey, are you this upset when you play, like, I don't know, Outlast, and you can't kill anybody? You can't even physically harm anyone, even though you have working arms and hands? Are you upset about that? They're trying to kill you in that game. Is that going to upset you? Or do you understand that some games have really, really strong philosophies, and if you do not like it, you do not have to play it? Again, they need something to always appeal to them. They cannot imagine a universe in which they are not the sole consumers.
Looked up the direct meaning of colonialism. Colonialism is the practice where one nation extends its political, economic, and cultural power over another territory and its people. It primarily involves extracting resources for the benefits of the colonizing country, often resulting in exploitation, displacement, and cultural assimilation of the indigenous population. And this is supposed to be a bad thing? Grums, unrespectfully, shut the fuck up and go make your game or some shit. Oh my gosh. So apparently colonialism is a good thing, right, Grums? Because that's what you're saying. Imagine being anti-colonialism because you don't... Imagine seeing something as anti-colonialism and saying that's a bad thing. Yeah, we know what kind of person you are. Go make
Once again, if this game does not speak to you, you don't got to listen to it. But it's so weird for people to start demanding that these developers who've had this philosophy from the first game suddenly make, like, actually you can kill other creatures, even if they're attacking you. Like, this is what I mean when I talk about these kinds of critics. He's not even a critic, but for lack of a better term, these kind of critics don't actually understand the media in which they are critiquing because they can't.
He's a grifter. That's what he is. He's a grifter. Literally, dude went from saying, oh my gosh, Subnautica goes against the woke ideology, to saying, oh my gosh, Subnautica is woke, to then saying, oh my gosh, Subnautica is against the woke ideology, again doubling down twice to saying, this game is woke, this game is woke. Like, oh my gosh, y'all can't even keep a straight story. You're like a person who's, not literally, I'm like, just comparing this one aspect. You're like a person who killed someone and can't keep their story straight. You keep changing the thing you think to the point where it's just bullshit. You're being hypocritical. I'm not saying changing the way you view things is bad. I'm saying that the fact that you keep doing it just because so you can try and get the upper hand on someone, the buzzword grift for money, just shows what kind of person you are.
Can't understand authorial intent. They can't understand design or anything like that. They don't understand how the narrative feeds into what happens. Your character is not there.
Mind you, understand that there are those who are upset with the AI of the aggressive fauna, and that's being worked on. But I am not talking about those actual valid critiques. Yeah, there's valid critiques. I was working on this like programming project with my programming class. I followed this video on like how to make Pong in Python, and when I did it, I found, hey, this is kind of a bit too easy. And then I changed it to make it extremely hard for you to win by just like altering the like speeds. And like then the teacher was like, this is kind of a bit too hard. Do you think you can make it that it's a 2-player game instead? And then I went and like, yeah, made it a 2-player game because it was like a bit too hard. It didn't completely change the thing because one, Pong, I think there are 2 versions of Pong where it is a multiplayer in a single player AI game. So there's nothing wrong with that. It was I found it funny actually how it was hard. So now I have a 2-player Pong and a hard Pong. Pause.
To murder things, so you're not going to murder things. And yes, they are allowed to say you can't kill these things. Just like in Forza Horizon 6, where you can't destroy like a gas station or soccer cheese. That's intentional.
No, for real though. If someone if there's a game that wants something that you can't destroy something that's historically memorable, then they're not gonna want you to restore something that's historically memorable. Like that one plane game, how Plane Simulator, how they so specifically had to. I think they took out the Twin Towers for a reason, or made that you couldn't go back to that time, because people were actually doing that. People were actually going ahead and flying a plane and replicating that shit. Some people don't want you doing that shit in their game, and that's their game. They have the right to not want that to happen.
People think every game is going to give you maximum freedom. No.
Like if you want to think of a game as someone's home, they're going to want to fix the issues. They're going to want it to be the way they want it. And they're also going to want it to be accommodating to certain other people that may find it interesting or wanting to. These are 3 things. They also might want it to cost much, and also might want it to be comfortable. That way, they won't have to like feel like their every day is survival on the hardest difficulty, or like they don't want to be there anymore. Like that's why I think most people should think of their game as a house. Think of your game as a house, as like a kid, as like something. Well, unless you're a psychopath, don't. If you're a psychopath or a pred, don't think of the game as. Well, actually, if you're those things, go to fuck the jail, get out. But if you aren't, think of like if you're making something, think of that as like your house, as like a game, as like something or someone you're trying to impress. You want to make the game that or the artwork work for you, and someone and or in a way that someone else might like. There's nothing wrong with catering to someone else in a reasonable way. If someone wants to completely change you or the thing you're working on to cater to them, then no. If someone wants to give you fair critiques and you want to cater to those fair critiques, then yeah, do that. Like, for instance, oh, this pool water is too cold. Change the pool water to be a bit warmer. Maybe. But if you like it cold and they don't, that probably wasn't the right ideology. I was saying comparisons, right? House accommodating. Oh, like food. You say you both get a burger. Say you're making someone a burger. You like American cheese, but they don't, and they like pepper jack cheese. You might give them pepper jack cheese on their burger while eating the American cheese on your burger. Yeah, that works.
There are things they're just not going to let you do. They're not going to let you put slurs in the game.
This fucking dumbass. Oh, I can't put the R word in my game. In this game I bought. Enjoy your DEI corporate non-fun allowed because people like Anita Sakarzian might get mad or call you problematic. So, oh my gosh, if people ever just think before they type something. But hey, what am I talking about? This is a blue check mark. This person's also a blue check mark. So I'm not surprised. They're just saying bullshit to get engagement and all that stuff. But it's just been, if a game is rated E, it's most likely going to be played by kids. Do you think a kid should be seeing the word, I don't know, the N word, especially if there's a black kid or something? You think someone who's actually special be seeing the word retard? Do you think they would want someone? Do you want kids to go out and like thinking that it's okay to put certain words on things just because the game let them? No. So excuse the game for not wanting you to type in retard, Asmongold. Maybe you can rename your channel retard if you want to type in retard so badly.
They're not going to let you kill fish. They're not going to let you murder children. If you want games that let you do that, then play those games. But if you were already intrigued in playing Subnautica, it wasn't because you were going to kill fish. You weren't playing that game to kill the aquatic creatures. You're playing that game to explore, to build, to find out mysteries. That's why you were playing that game. This is the
facts.
To saying, how come in Pokemon when you do special awesome attacks like using Charmander or Charizard like flamethrower, it doesn't completely incinerate the enemy, it just knocks them out? Like, that's the level of insanity, because it's a design choice. They don't want you to do that. You can just knock out these Pokemon. You cannot just fucking murder them. Go play something else if you want to murder them. But goddamn, I get like we're just complaining about Subnautica.
That's Twitter. They complain about anything. Oh, this is what the funny thing is. It's not even just game journalists. Literal gamers complained about water. And that's just so stupid. Like, how are you going to be a gamer and complain about the water graphics, of all things, to try and make it seem like a bad game?
Subnautica is the next game. Do you people truly have nothing? Do you truly have nothing going on in your life where Subnautica 2 is the next game you want to go after? Like, I feel bad for these devs. I do, because they're already going through some shit because of like the CEO of Crafton and basically.
Yeah, the Crafton CEO was on some bullshit. I'm happy he's out and has to pay these people their money. But y'all who are bitching and moaning about this shit, about them, how they made their game, y'all just want to complain about anything. I applaud these devs for like how much they're succeeding right now. Just ignore these people have been affected by the anti-woke virus or whatever, and hypocrites.
Basically, if the game sold a certain amount, they'd have to pay them out, and it did, so they're about to get their coin. But to go through all of that just to now deal with the idiocy of what it is to release a game post fucking 2022, it's insane, dude. It's insane. I don't understand. I truly don't understand, man. And here's this loser, Yorch Torch, big loser, talking about, hey, Grums,
You should start a new Kickstarter about Subnautica 2 inspired game where you actually blast fish with cool weapons, fill it to the brim with ultra sexy female gamers. You'll own the entire internet for a moment you announce it. Oh my gosh, you're so fucking retarded. Before anything, first, I'm pretty sure this game is AI. Second, I'm pretty sure your thumbnail, your freaking PFP is AI, so you need to shut the fuck up about making anything. Third, motherfucker Grums can't even finish the game that he's already working on. What makes you think that he's going to go and work on another one? Heck, he probably took your monies and ran. Stop giving people like this, like Grums on the internet, money, because probably he's going to take that shit, run, and not do anything with it, while continuously blasting people on the internet.
You start a Kickstarter where you can actually fight fish with cool weapons. Yeah, Grums, make a game. Or Yorch, you're a game designer and a game design strategist. Why don't you make the game? Why don't you make the game? Instead of using like other people to do it, why don't you make that game and you see how well it sells? We can compare it to Subnautica 2. See which ones the audience want more. The game that had one of the best early access releases of all time, or whatever bullshit you guys cook up with probably using AI. Like, Jesus Christ, man. I need you guys to get alive. And I need you guys to get a better hobby, because clearly the gaming hobby is not for you. Clearly it's not for you.
No, facts. Gaming is just like not for certain people. Especially these people that are just on the internet who want to complain about anything. For real. But yeah, one last thing I wanted to do. to say is that there are people on here who are getting mad about like how earlier point, and he said how people were getting mad about like how they told them to go play something else. People was comparing that to like Xbox 360, and that made me think. Sorry about that. Isn't this one person on Twitter literally completely continuously bashing and insulting y'all gamers who like his game? But y'all haven't done shit about that. Y'all haven't said anything about that. Y'all keep buying and like praising him for what he's done. But let anyone else do it, and it's like instant. Oh, you need to stop doing. You need to respect the gamers. We make you. But no, everything. A matter of fact, one of the things he said was like how. What was the person who made Bayonetta? He was like talking about like how. Finally, someone with common sense. Because like someone finally understood what he was meaning by his tweet, like how he didn't hate trans people, but he's just calling something stupid that he was understanding. It's like, how can you take some certain people seriously on the line, though? Yeah, this is a tweet. He responded, "Get lost, you piece of shit, bug. Being an LGBT icon doesn't make this icon itself gay or queer. Hope this helps in the community is keeping your game alive and well, you worm." He responded, "Get lost, you piece of shit." And that's just like funny to me. But I guess when it comes to like other people, they want to lick their boots and all that stuff. So that, yeah, this is another thing. This is bullshit. The actual tweet he replied to was attacking Platinum for trashing the series with Bayo 3. Here it is. Stop weaponizing Hideki Kamiya X without knowing what he meant. He deserves to not be taken out of context. So there are intelligent life forms on Earth that can understand the essence, huh? That was his response. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. I am now going to be playing Kingdom Hearts 3 Platinum on stream if you want to go watch me play that. And in case I don't see you again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and also take care of yourselves. You can also find me over on Puppy Ninja 24 on YouTube, Puppy Ninja 24 on Twitch, Puppy Ninja 24 on TikTok, NovaThySly on Instagram. And yeah, see ya. Bye.